Trusted Choice agents are in every Rhode Island community. They are your neighbors and friends who deliver the right policy at the right price from America's top insurance companies.
At Woodmansee Insurance, we have been serving our clients and our community for over 60 years. By combining the level of personal attention you desire with the expertise you deserve, we develop an insurance portfolio designed to meet the specific needs of your family or business. And when the people who protect us need protecting, they trust Woodmansee Insurance. Come put the Woodmansee Insurance team to work for you.
Good morning and welcome to Sports Open Mic, 2-hour edition of Sports Open Mic. Thanks to Ben for allowing us to come on at 8 o'clock this morning. It's a little early too, especially after the tournament. Well, anyhow, there's Lou.
I know, Ken, did you think this through, that you wanted to do this today with the tournament and not getting home till after 10 or whatever?
No, we were tired.
Yeah, I wanted to give it a shot. It was an awful shot. That's Dan. Bill over here to my right, near the door, in case he has to escape. And, of course, we're going to talk sports with you and other things probably between now and 10 o'clock this morning. I guess tournament, you want to go right into the tournament because that's pretty...
We might as well, right?
The tournament, along with scheduling and all that good stuff, is a pretty hot topic, and we can get right into that. But a couple of games already in the books. We had Thursday night, we had the girls' first round games. The first game was 59-56. Stonington coming out on top in that one over the Westerly girls. And then on game two, we have a gentleman here that can probably dissect that game pretty good for us if we need it, is Charahoe with a 42-38 win over South Kingstown. That game, both games actually on Thursday night were really close games and very competitive. And you can talk about your game first, Dan, if you wish.
Yeah, I'll actually highlight the first game first.
Okay, well, do the first game.
My team was there for pretty much the entire game, and it was a great game between two great teams. All four of the teams this year. Great competition on the girls' side.
Hey, Dan, turn that mic on.
Ken, I think he was watching.
So now you can hear me?
He was
Yeah,
watching the other game.
All right.
Scouting.
So we'll start with Stonington Westerly here. Two great teams, both two great coaches in Coach Mike Reyes for the Bulldogs and then Coach Paula Solar for the Stonington Bears. Stonington just really was able to, kind of kill them with their size. Stonington's got, 3 girls, 6 foot or better. Another one who comes in off the bench, the Cadmus sisters, both Addison and Caitlin Cadmus, who was on the all-tournament team last year. Caitlin was. But Westerly hung in there. Westerly had some spurts throughout the game where they used their speed. They were able to get up and down the floor. And Coach Mike Reyes' daughter, Ella Reyes, I think she led the way with 16 points. Really solid young player she is.
Freshman.
Yeah, freshman. She's a really, really solid player. And Westerly got a little bit of problems with, offensive rebounding. The Bears shot a lot of free throws. The Bears missed a lot of free throws in the first half, but they were able to kind of redeem themselves and give credit to Westerly for fighting back. They were down by 10 or so, I believe. I think my team left to go talk at the end of the third quarter, but I think they were down 10 heading into that fourth quarter. And the Bears ended up holding on, but all credit to both teams there. That was a great first game, and it was a pleasure to watch.
That was the second quarter of that game was actually the turning point, I think, for Stonington. They were down by 8 as they went to the second quarter and outscored the Bulldogs 20-8 in the second quarter to take a 32-28 lead at the half, and then outscored them about 6 to take a 10-point lead going into the fourth quarter. But you're right. I think both teams had 10-point leads, and Stonington just prevailed. But the Bulldogs did come back in that last quarter, outscoring Stonington 16-9 to come away with the victory for Stonington. They hung on at the end.
Yeah, and Stonington last year, they had a few girls hurt. Rory Risley, who you guys saw the other night, as well as Sophia Hoinski. She was a little hurt last year as well when we played them last season, and definitely would have been a closer game last season when we played them if they were able to be playing. But again, Coach Paula Solar, she's been doing it for a while. She does a really good job with her program over there, and I'm looking forward to going against her tonight for sure.
Yeah, Paula does a great job. And I noticed in the paper, she has a new assistant in Holly Misto. And Holly's a great defensive-minded coach and probably helping out the Bears too.
Yeah, she Holly does a great job. She's, like you said, she's a great defensive coach. And they got a lot more help, it seems like, on the bench this year as well. They got Holly. They have another guy. I'm not quite sure what his name is over there. And then they have their JV coach from last year. So like I've said, as a coach, you're only as good as the people that you have around you. And the more help, good help that is, the better.
That's what happened here with Sports Open Mic.
That's it.
Same thing. Look at all the good help I got. How could I go wrong?
Wow.
So, Lou.
Why are you looking at me like that when you say that for?
Well, what'd you think of that first game the other night?
I thought Westerly was going to maybe beat them, especially the way they started off.
Yeah.
But then, like you said, that second quarter, 20-8, and then it stayed more or less Stonington the rest of the way. But they kept coming back, Westerly, but just not enough to.
Just couldn't get back.
Yep.
Exciting game.
Yeah,
Good crowd on hand on Thursday night, and of course last night full house for that first game. But let's get back to Thursday night,
Game 2.
and game two.
Game 2.
So you're getting to be pretty familiar with South Kingstown.
Yeah, we
I
definitely
don't
are.
know if Coach Cruz wants to see you too much lately, but
Well, listen, I don't want to see him much more either. We got to still play them 2 more times throughout this season. They come to
You
us.
play them next week.
And yeah, we play them next week
And
too.
And are the girls in Division 1 or 2?
Division 1.
They're in Division 1, huh?
Yep.
So the boys are in Division 2. How does that?
It doesn't go by.
Okay. All
we'll
right.
get into
Yeah, it
that
goes by,
later.
yeah.
Lou. We'll get into that.
We'll get into that after.
Yeah,
too.
shortly, yeah.
Please.
But yeah, we play them 2 more times this season. 1 time at home, 1 time on the road. And Coach Cruz does a good job with South Kingstown. They had their chances to win the game. They came out with the third quarter. We had a 5-point lead. It was 22-17 at halftime. We were up, and he got his team fired up at halftime because they came out on an 11-0 run. And I was kind of getting into my team a little bit because there was multiple possessions where we gave up 4 offensive rebounds to start the half, and you just can't do that with a lead. And it doesn't matter who you're playing on any given night. Especially a team like South Kingstown, who I felt we were a little bit bigger than, a little bit more physical than. But those offensive rebounds can not only lead to easy putbacks, but more importantly, it led to a lot of kick-out threes as well. Ribeiro killed us the other night. She hit 3 threes in the third quarter, and she was at one of the top players on our scouting report saying, hey, like, we cannot leave this girl open. And sure enough, we had a few defensive mislaps, and she hit 3 threes in that third quarter. But I loved the resiliency of our girls. Being able to withstand that run. Just a really good job by, a relatively young team still. And I think it helped that we had 4 games prior to that to start the season. And we had a really close game against Coventry on the road where, we had a lead and then we lost it. So I think that did end up helping us the other night to be able to hold on against a very good South Kingstown team.
And your game the other night too ended up 42-38, and I believe the biggest lead in that game was like 5 points. I think for either team. I think both of you might have had a 5-point lead at one time. So that game was like 11-9, 22-17. You outscored them 13-7 in that second quarter to take the lead at halftime, and then they came back, outscored you 17-8 to take a 4-point lead going into the end. And foul shots coming down the end. That big play was when O'Leary took that 3-point shot and got fouled.
Yeah.
And you were down 1, I think, at that point.
Yeah, there was 30 seconds left. Senior guard Erin O'Leary, she shot a 3. I thought it was going to go in at first too.
Yeah.
But she fortunately ended up getting fouled, and the bank was open that night as well, as she banked in the first one and then she swished the last 2. But yeah, Erin's been making big plays for us throughout the course of, the past 2 seasons and now this season. Past 2 seasons, she's been coming in off the bench, being ready when her number's called. And on Thursday night, she was ready for an opportunity. She showed that senior leadership and experience, and she was able to knock down some big free throws for us. Another player who really did well the other night was sophomore Menakai Harris. She was all over the place defensively, and then she ended up hitting the game sealing free throws
2 more,
where
yeah.
we were ended up getting a stop on that next possession. We got fouled, and then she knocked down the last 2 free throws to put us up 4. But yeah, like I was talking to you after the game the other night. I played a lot of girls. I think I played 9 to 10. I'm pretty sure it was 9. But everyone had to be ready because we got into foul trouble in that first half.
Yeah,
And
O'Leary had 3.
O'Leary
pretty
had
early.
3. Edmonds got in a little
Yeah.
bit of foul trouble. She had 2 early fouls. One of our senior leaders as well. And always tell the team, all my teams, like, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And everybody who came in contributed. They did what they needed to do. And it was the first game this year where I felt like we were really together as a team. Everybody was communicating. Everybody was unselfish. And it led to, us being able to stay together in that moment.
I like what you just said because that's my motto for Sports Open Mic. If you stay ready, you'll be ready. And that's what we are every Saturday, right, Lou?
Oh yeah, well, wonderful.
Lou's always ready.
Now with the win the other night, first win, and I think it's going to settle the girls down.
Absolutely.
You get the monkey off your back, you get the first win. Now we can, we've shown that we can win. Now we just have to improve every day, and I think with your staff, you're going to work on that. Where we got to do this better, we got to do that, and especially you teaching defense. I think you're going to be all right for the rest of the season. You need that first hurdle to jump, and you jumped it. And coming in the tournament's even better. Now you're in a championship game. You pull off another win, and you don't know how the season can go.
Yeah, you never know, and I appreciate you saying that. And that you're exactly right. I think that was the biggest problem with this group early on to start the season. They just needed to know that they could do it. Our coaching staff knew we could do it. All the family members, community members knows this team can do that, and be able to get the first win, get it out of the way, and have a chance to play for a championship tonight. We're really excited for it. It's going to definitely be a tough matchup. Stonington's a really well-coached team. Like I said, they're big, but they also really get up and down the floor as well. So like I said about our rebounding, we got to make sure that we rebound a lot better than we did the other night. I do think we can, shoot the ball really well. So I think, working against both their zone and man-to-man, we'll be able to find open looks. It's just a matter of knocking those down and then possibly getting one of those key players into foul trouble as well.
Yeah, that's going to be big tonight. And speaking of that game, it will be tonight, the finals at around 8:00 at the consolation game right before it. And then we got the
Ken, do you guys cover the consolation game on
no, we do
WBLQ?
not. No,
Okay.
we just do the championship game, both girls and boys.
Yeah.
And we should mention too that the boys championship game is going to be on Monday night because they don't play any games on Sunday. So we have a day off.
Listen, I can't pick a side tonight between Cherahoe and Stonington because we represent both of the schools, but I can go all westerly on Monday since they're playing South Kingstown until
Okay.
eventually we also cover South Kingstown, and then I'll hop back on that fence. But
Now, not only the varsity,
Be careful on that fence.
yeah,
not only the varsity playing that night, but the JVs and I didn't hear about any of the JV scores. So
Yeah, our JV girls unfortunately wasn't able to play a first round game because South Kingstown didn't have a JV team. So we advanced right to the championship. We play at 4:00 today. We'll take on a very tough Westerly girls JV team. We got to see them play the other day.
bunch of freshmen on that team.
Bunch of freshmen. Yeah, they got a few sophomores mixed in there as well, but they got a good combination of speed, size. They play man-to-man defense really well, just like their varsity team. So it'll be a good challenge for our JV team. We haven't played in a little bit, so I think the girls will be rested, and we'll see what today brings. It's always exciting when your program's in 2 championship games.
if Westerly has a bunch of freshmen, then that probably means that they have a bunch of the girls from the undefeated middle school team last year, right?
Right.
That'll be tough.
Yeah, sure.
Definitely will, but it's a great challenge for us. And I always tell, anyone, you got to, the only way to get better as a program is playing against better competition as well.
Yeah.
And if we do all the little things like, try to muck up the game a little bit, play defense, and just play our game, I think, we can make it a game.
And Dan, I heard you talking on WBLQ about or during the game about how since you have a young team, a lot of these girls, it's their first time on varsity with you, and a lot of them were on JV, and it's just a different atmosphere. What is this is a genuine question because I've never coached, so I've only ever like come at it from this, and I didn't even think about it until I heard you say that. Because I thought of my coach when I played JV football, I thought of my head coach as my head coach, as the head coach of the program, as my head coach. But also, I had Coach Kelly as the JV coach, and it was a different thing. But I only looked at the head coach of the JV team in football as my head coach on Mondays. And so, is that the same way that it works in basketball? Like the teams practice together, play together, and then they just play separate games, or like how does that work for basketball?
Yeah, I think that's how it pretty much works in all sports, right? The JV always plays before us when, the other team has a JV team. And my JV coach, Justin Matthews, he has 2 daughters on the team, but he does a great job with the girls. We're pretty much on the same page about everything, but there can be slight differences in the way each coach kind of communicates with the players, right? And some people respond better to certain types of coaching than, others. And that's been on, me in this early season to try to, get to know each and every single one of these players even more so, because I haven't coached them directly in the basketball games a lot of times. And, it's just an adjustment for me and the players as well. So I think it goes for all sports, and the girls are doing a really good job adjusting to me. And I've had to learn along the way to, kind of differentiate my style from last year's group.
Well, I think another thing that would answer your question, Ben, is the head coach may not be on the bench,
Right.
but the head coach is there. The head coach is watching, and the head coach is trying to evaluate, and not just evaluate the players on the floor, but evaluating what his coaching staff's doing. So he's the head JV coach, but it all comes back down to the head coach of the whole program. And sometimes as the head coach, you might pick a couple of things that the JV coach does with his players to help them along. And it's a little different, but the head coach is still
The head coach
running.
of the,
He's still running the
Well,
whole program.
Well, the head coach is responsible for the actions of all the coaches,
Yes.
including the JV coach. Now, a lot of these schools only have the one gym to practice in too, so you are practicing together. Now, Lou and I go back to the days when Coach Gleason, the elder Jerry Gleason. By the way, Jerry's recuperating and hope he gets well. He was at the game last night. Nice to see Jerry out. But in my situation, when I coached with him, we had our own separate practice because we had the 2 gyms. We had the old gym
Right.
at Westerly, so we used to just practice on our own. Coach Gleason just let me do whatever we wanted to do, and so we never really got together in practices unless he wanted me to send somebody down, to if they were scrimmaging or something like that. But other than that, we were separate all week long, and we ran our program, he ran his, but he was there at the games.
Yep.
So, and then if anything happens during the season, you might have a problem with one of the players or anything, and you have to hand down suspension or
Discipline.
whatever.
Yep.
Then it has to come through Coach Gleason, not me. I mean, I can recommend to him, but then he has to turn around and believe in me to make that suspension work or whatever discipline, if you want to put him out for a couple of games. And so it was a little bit different then for us. But with you guys, you got the one gym, so you obviously have to practice. So I don't know which one is better.
Well, I've done it both ways, where you're actually our football practices, we're all together. But then all of a sudden, when it comes to team time, when you have the ability to, the JVs go off and they practice. It's like you said, Ken, you were on one gym, Coach Gleason was on the other, but you're still running almost the same thing. You're just
Not necessarily. With Coach Gleason, we did have some offense that was like the varsity because they had to play some varsity games. But he let me put my own offense in that we used most of the time when Lou and I were there.
And that,
So-
for me, that would be, well, in football, that would be kind of
But
difficult.
we were
Actually-
playing basketball.
No,
Actually,
I'm
for
saying-
It's a
football,
little bit
so
different.
for football at Cherahoe, very interesting to me. When I played in the early 2000s, we had Coach Fazzaro, Bruce Fazzaro, as our head coach. Coach Preventure, was the defensive coordinator for both the varsity and the JV, but we played a 5-2 on JV and a 4-3 on varsity.
It comes down to on that. It will come down to what you have
Yeah.
for talent. You know,
Yeah.
it's like with my program, we played one defense with the varsity, used all the same terminology with the JV, but we didn't have enough people to fill in for certain things. So we went from a 4-4 to a 4-3
Yeah.
or 5-2 instead of a 5-3.
Well, I took it personally. I think that it was just them telling me that I wasn't good enough on varsity. I wasn't good enough for varsity, so much so that they just got rid of my position completely because I was the nose guard. So they were like, you know what? We're just gonna. You can't ever go up
Get 'em out.
because there's no spot for you, man. We don't have a nose guard. It doesn't exist. Sorry.
Well, actually, it does exist in a floor. Just
Oh, okay.
you slide over.
Well,
What about
that's not
prevention?
what they told me.
Prevention and Kelly. I know those guys really well.
Yeah.
Well,
They're good
wait a minute.
friends.
You got to throw the other guy in too, Coach Shaw.
Oh yes.
I'm talking about the two that we talk to quite a bit is Preventure and Kelly.
Coach-
two
Coach-
nice guys.
Coach
right?
Preventure and Coach Kelly are two of my favorite people in the world.
Yeah.
They were great, and Coach Pro was also my astronomy teacher, and a whole bunch of stuff at Cherahoe. So that was great. But I love those guys.
Great guys. Yeah, definitely.
If we can get Mike to ever come on the show, I'll
Oh,
get
we
him.
can,
I'll
yeah.
get him a dozen chocolate donuts from Bessie.
No doubt.
He
And
might
speaking
even.
of the official coffee.
Yeah,
of,
yeah.
321 Media.
Perfect segue right there.
I met with
Yeah,
Rob yesterday, by the way, and his daughter Shelby.
did you?
Yep, absolutely. They were in the office, had a great conversation.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Good. We
Uh,
thank Rob for doing that for us here at 321 Media.
Coach Kelly.
321.
What did I say?
321. 321.
321. I
321.
can't say
Not a
320.
3,
321.
Just like the
Last
countdown.
one.
Yeah, just like a countdown. 321.
Wow. We
Yeah,
get the
last
countdown enough
Yeah,
at the game from my good friend DJ. 3, 2, 1.
But Coach Kelly has seen the program and he likes it, and I'll tell him to come down one week. And
We
to
had
surprise
Kelly
you.
on a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
No problem with Mike Kelly. Maybe
Um,
we get Prevention too.
that would be
Well,
great. We wouldn't
Scary.
need microphones. We would not need microphones
no,
definitely not.
for
No,
pro.
definitely not.
Lou, something I noticed during the games. I didn't hear you very much during the WCC
Because I'm
tournament.
very.
And
I try to keep track to my book.
yes,
very
that's what I was
intense.
going to
Well,
say.
you should see
Yeah.
him. It's like a master at work over there.
I just.
Oh.
It's hard.
You came out with stat. I tried to do that last year for basketball for like one game. I was sitting at home, the way that we call it, remotely. A lot of the times I was sitting at home and I had a spreadsheet in front of me and I was trying to keep track of all of the stats. Just I was like, we never do this. Let me try it.
This was
You are
basketball.
you are a crazy person. You're a crazy person.
Well,
I did it when I was in high school. I was there. Hey, don't go saying that you were agreeing with them.
It's all in good fun, Lou.
you are crazy.
We're all a little bit crazy.
We have to take a break. It's
Who you
8:30,
playing
isn't it?
tonight?
It is 8:30. It
Well,
is
why don't we take a
8:30.
break and let's continue that conversation
Yeah,
when we come
we'll
back.
continue.
Absolutely.
We'll be right.
Hi, this is Dan from Lathrop Insurance. In this challenging insurance environment, Lathrop Insurance can be your beacon in the storm to help you find the coverage you need at the right price. Now, more than ever, you need a partner in the insurance industry that can work with multiple carriers to make sure you have the right coverage at the right price. Lathrop Insurance carries home, auto, and business insurance and can be reached at 401-596-2525. We've been supporting the local community since 1939, and we look forward to working with you.
Hot summers and cold winters can be unbearable, but D&V Mechanical has the solution for you. As a Mitsubishi Diamond dealer, we provide energy-efficient and personalized comfort solutions for your home. Our experienced technicians will install your new system quickly and efficiently, ensuring your complete satisfaction. Don't suffer through another season of discomfort. Contact D&V Mechanical today for a personalized ductless mini-split installation that fits your lifestyle. D&V Mechanical, your comfort is our top priority.
Hi, I'm Chris Kozłowski, owner of Broadview Florist and Garden Center in Dunn's Corners. For over 40 years, our family-owned business has been your go-to destination for beautiful, custom-made floral arrangements. Whether it's a special event or just to brighten up your day, we create highest quality designs tailored just for you. Trust Broadview Florists to make every moment unforgettable. Visit us today or give us a call at 401-322-0390.
Are you looking for a fresh cut in Westerly? Step into Rio's Barber Shop in Granite Plaza. Whether it's a classic trim or a trendy new look, we've got you covered. Experience the perfect cut for every age and style in a friendly and relaxed atmosphere. At Rio's, it's not just a haircut, it's an experience. Visit Rio's Barber Shop in the Granite Plaza in Westerly or give us a call to schedule your appointment at 401-315-2208. Your style, our craft, Rio's Barber Shop.
I am Jim Howe. My practice is focused on representing people injured in car accidents, representing people injured in premises liability, represent people in all walks of life. I say all the time that I represent the underdog, and by the underdog I mean the person who is injured and is facing lawyers that are hired by insurance companies. If you unfortunately find yourself injured in an automobile collision or in any other circumstance where insurance may come into play, think of giving me a call.
Experience local excellence with Roof Right Roofing in Charlestown, Rhode Island. With over 40 years of unmatched expertise, Roof Right specializes in architectural shingles and holds the prestigious title of GAF Master Elite Installers. Known for their commitment to the community and support for local initiatives, Roof Right is your trusted partner for all of your home's roofing needs. Call today for a free estimate at 401-212-4140.
Ever thought about leveling up your fitness game in a fun and meaningful way? Kiefer's Martial Arts on Granite Street has everything you're looking for. Kickboxing, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and of course, adult karate. It's not just about getting fit, it's about building your self-confidence, discipline, and that unstoppable feeling you get from all your hard work. Stop into Kiefer's Martial Arts today to sign up.
What's going on, everybody? It's Patrick down here at the Wireless Zone at Dunn's Corners at 224 Post Road, and everybody down here is getting the brand new iPhone 16. We have it here in stock. The best part is right now, if you trade in your old phone, you get it for free. We got deals all weekend, awesome savings. Come on down and see us, 224 Post Road, Dunn's Corners, Verizon Wireless Zone. We'll see you soon.
Brunch has arrived at Surf Cantina every Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And don't miss our weekly specials like Monday Night Industry Night, Taco Tuesday with DJ Trivia, $1 Wing Wednesdays, Reggae Thursdays, DJs every weekend at 10 p.m. and karaoke on Sundays at 8. Only at Surf Cantina, 15 Canal Street in downtown Westerly.
Hi, I'm Neil Anthus, owner of Sound Financial Partners. We're a full-service financial planning practice dedicated to optimizing your investment, tax, and cash flow strategies. As fiduciaries, we always keep our advisory clients' best interests in mind when making recommendations. Whether you're preparing for retirement or growing your business, we're here to help you achieve your financial goals. Ready to start your journey to financial success? Visit us at our Westerly office or give us a call at 401-642-4333.
Hi, I'm AJ Trott.
And I'm Jeff Swiderski with AnnieMac Home Mortgage's Momentum Group, your trusted partner in the home buying process.
At AnnieMac, we can strengthen your offer with our innovative program, Cash to Keys, giving you a competitive edge by allowing you to make a cash offer on your new home.
Together, we've helped over 1,000 families move into their dream homes, and we'd love to do the same for you.
Give us a call today at 401-486-0853 to get started.
Trusted Choice agents are in every Rhode Island community. They are your neighbors and friends who deliver the right policy at the right price from America's top insurance companies.
At Woodmansee Insurance, we have been serving our clients and our community for over 60 years. By combining the level of personal attention you desire with the expertise you deserve, we develop an insurance portfolio designed to meet the specific needs of your family or business. And when the people who protect us need protecting, they trust Woodmansee Insurance. Come put the Woodmansee Insurance team to work for you.
Back on Sports Open Mic, and I think when we left, we were in the Lou scorebook. So let's continue that.
Yeah,
Lou,
so
yeah,
I scored all from high school days, all the 3 years I was at high school, because back then it wasn't 9, 10, 11, 12. It was 10, 11, 12. I scored for Mr. Don Autry.
I did for Jerry Gleason.
Very good. Yeah, I think I remember seeing you at the games.
He wanted to stay live.
And then I used to see you refereeing some of the JV games or something.
Stop.
I saw you.
He doesn't want
Did you
that.
do games with Denny Marie?
No, I never did any
Denny
with Denny,
was
but I did referee with Don Autry.
Denny Marie was at the game
Yeah,
last
yes.
night. We
Yeah, he
always
was
see him
there.
at the tournament. He
Yeah,
always shows up.
Denny's up for the holiday. He's up from Virginia.
Yeah.
From VodTech.
And don't forget, Lou did my assistant when I coached the JV team and kept the book, right?
Did
we
I
had
ever-
some fun there, didn't
yeah,
we?
Yeah, we did. We did. And you know, my brother, let's talk about my brother Tom a little bit.
No, it's not. No.
He, when we were younger, when we used to go to the games, Denny Marie would be refereeing, right?
Yes, and there
Tommy
was a
would have his
chant.
buddies with him, like 5 or 6 of them. They'd sit. This was the old gym now, the old Federico
Yes.
gym. And Denny Marie, if he made a bad call against Westerly, Tommy would get him to say, Denny Marie can't see it. Denny Marie used to get so upset with him. It was
Well,
unbelievable. But
well-
Tommy, Tommy's, he likes to cause a little.
He's
Rub it
different.
He likes to.
Yeah.
So I always got a big kick out of that. But I wasn't involved in that. I
But-
wouldn't do it.
I saw him the other day at Drunken Java.
He told me he saw you. Yeah, he told me.
It was great to see him.
Oh yeah, wonderful.
But Denny did a good job.
Yeah, he did. But Tommy would do
No,
it.
I know.
Just
I remember doing a game up in this was for ERI up in West Warwick, and we got up there, and it was something with phone lines that we were supposed to put a phone line in. They didn't get it in or something, and we were trying to get on the air, and it was almost game time. And Denny had the game that night, so he saw what was happening. So he comes over to me and he says, "Ken," he says, "You need more time." He says, "We'll just hold the game up." He says, "Until you're ready." I said, "No, Denny, it could be an hour before I get the phone line in here." So, but he was always accommodating.
Said we'll hold it up.
Yeah, he's gonna hold the game for me.
Yeah, back then.
I have other stories about referees too that I could tell.
Yeah, then the one that you got a referee in trouble a couple of days later.
Who's that?
Oh, Sergeant, the guy drives to school, Mr. Madison.
Oh no, I didn't get him. You're the one, not me.
No, you're the one that told him where I drive to.
We were doing a benefit game.
Benefit.
There's a state police, Rhode Island State Police against Connecticut State
Yes.
Police. Me and Bill were the referees for this game. So Ronnie Madison, nice guy.
Yeah, nice.
But I'll tell you one thing: when you do benefit games, they're not benefit games. They play for real. Especially these state troopers. They want to beat one another. So Ronnie Madison, he was getting on Bill a little bit that night, and so after the game was over, we go in the locker room, and everything, and I said to Ronnie, I said, Ronnie, Bill goes to school in Providence every day, you know, CCRI or wherever. I said, and he travels 95 every day. I said, it's a chance to get even.
And he got him.
No, but he reminded me.
Didn't he? Yeah.
Every time I saw him, I'll be watching.
You. That's right.
But those guys, when you say benefit games, they're the real thing. They don't fool around.
No, they don't.
Are we done with your book?
Yeah, that's it. But I just had my own. I always had my own system.
Well, we want to point out that even Ben noticed and tried it. That's not an easy thing to do.
not an easy thing to do.
And
It's-
now,
and especially as you're getting older, it's, I don't, it's a little.
not just getting older, Baloo, but now when you first did it, like I did it, there was no 3-point shot.
No, there
so,
wasn't.
So now
You're right.
you have another category to try to fit into your to your stat sheet, and sometimes you got to worry about turnovers. You got to worry about assists, missed shots, made shots, 2-point shots, 1-point shots.
Well, Lou does it all. I have to say that.
It really is
I'll-
unbelievable.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, I enjoy doing a book for basketball. Football is hard. It really is hard to keep unless you have
I think it's
some
easier.
type of you do. But if I had some type of a sheet to go by and all in one, it's hard to just do it on a
Yeah,
pad
that's
or
my
something
job,
like
Lou.
that, huh?
I do that for the Cheraho football team.
You do?
I keep
Why don't
track
you
of-
make me a couple of sheets or
track of
something
stats.
so
Yeah,
I can
make
keep
them
track
sheets
of them?
and I keep track of
Yeah,
everything.
'cause I don't know. Yeah,
And-
I
and
mean,
Lou,
you know
what the toughest stat to keep in basketball is? Playing minutes
Oh,
well,
per player.
yeah, but that's
the
yeah,
tough one.
Yeah, that's I don't, that there I don't.
Yeah, but we don't have to report on that.
We don't have
so
to report on that.
He doesn't know.
Mr. Gleason wanted it.
baseball is I
Well, the
always,
coach, I can
always enjoyed
understand.
baseball too, but football's tough compared to
Yeah.
But basketball, you can do it all on this one book. I can do everything.
But to see Lou in action, it's amazing. It really is. And he's got.
And I concentrate. That's why I
he's
can't
got-
talk all the
That's
time.
right. He's got rebounds. He's got turnovers, apple or blueberry, whichever you want.
He does the field goal percentage.
The
at
field
halftime.
goal
It's unbelievable.
percentages. He's got
They
the.
don't kick field goals in basketball.
He's got the calculator out. I mean, it's.
can I tell you that I was
thing of
so
beauty.
confused? I was so confused as a child when I got NBA Live 95 or whatever it was,
You wanted to
and I
kick a
looked at
field
the
goal.
I looked at the stats and I saw the field goal percentage, and I was a football fan, not a basketball fan, and I was like, "What is happening? What does that mean?" But yeah, Lou, I was very impressed by that. I was very, very impressed by that. It does give you a completely different view of the game when you're keeping the stats that
Yeah.
closely,
Yeah.
and you start to really appreciate the players that maybe don't score and that are maybe underappreciated because they're the ones that are getting the rebounds and you know,
Right.
and in high school, like
True.
that's something that you can really attest to at a professional level, because you just take for granted that those stats are kept, and you're able to see that, you know, Dennis Rodman was insane at rebounds but scored 4 points a game.
And the sad thing is the person doing those stats, they're only doing rebounds. Then you have
Yes,
one
yes,
for
yes,
steal.
yes, 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 yes.
Lou's doing them all.
Yeah, and another thing too. Like a couple of times I go to Ken. That I go, who got that basket? Or even you last night.
Yep.
Because there might be a steal. Like I'm putting it down. Who scored the basket? In the meantime,
Look
I'm
up.
not looking, and they steal it, and then someone goes up and bet, and I don't know who did it. So like, I depend on these guys too to try to who scored the basket, and they'll tell me, and then I mark
That's
it
because
down.
you had good play-by-play people.
Yep,
Yeah, back
that's
to your
right.
point, Ben. Most of the
We're a
most of basketball games are won by those players.
Yeah.
Just like in football, the offensive line wins you games. In basketball, it's those defensive players.
Yep.
It's the players who get after loose balls on the ground. It's people who set good screens, throws good passes to their teammates. Those are the players that really win you the basketball games. Obviously, you got to have those people who score the points, right? But you need those type of players on your team to kind of take a more selfish role and do all those little things, and that just makes a good team.
Yeah, like you were saying, I was watching a Charo game the other day, boys game, and the team they were playing, Juanita Sanchez. This kid had a lot of points, but he wouldn't have had it if it wasn't for that outlet pass, because he was. Remember they used to have a sleeper where shot goes up and someone from the other team just takes off.
Yeah.
And they were doing that very well. The kid got a lot of points, but if it wasn't for that throw 3/4 court, he would have never had a point. So it is usually it's not the guy that scores all the points, who was the star of the game.
Yeah, you can get a guy that can lead the team in assists.
Yep.
And what happens when you lead in assists? The guy you threw the ball to made the basket.
And that's kind of how I was as a player. I wasn't necessarily the most skilled offensively with kind of the group that we had at the high school level at Charahoe. So I knew my role had to be doing all the little things, right? Defense, setting my teammates up as far as assists, grabbing rebounds when I could, despite being a little bit on the shorter size compared to others. But yeah, those players are so important to the basketball game for every team.
Now, Bill, you mentioned that team. That was one of Kenny's favorite teams when you mentioned Charahoe played
Juanita Sanchez.
Now, what sitcom you used to hear someone say, Nita, Juanita? Kenny will know.
That's nice singing, though.
You know, right?
That was really nice.
Ken, you know, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you know.
One of my favorite programs.
What show?
I have no idea.
Tell him, Ken.
Andy Griffith Show.
That's right.
Barney. Deputy.
He used to call Juanita at the diner. Right?
And Andy used to be right behind him.
I know.
Never know what you're gonna. You never know what you're gonna hear.
See,
on
Kenny and I
Sports
are older than you.
It was the singing that threw me off.
Wow.
That was
You didn't
pretty
sound
good.
like Bonnie.
But Bonnie was kind of.
He could have done Barney. Yeah.
That's right.
He did it. That's what it sounded just like
Kenny
him.
would be Andy Griffith and I'd be Bonnie. If
You know,
he
there
ever-
was
What are you
only-
looking at me that way for?
There was
bro?
only one married person on that whole show. Who was it?
married?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Everyone else was not married except for one, the drunk.
Oh,
Otis.
yeah, Otis.
And Otis never drank
No.
in real life.
In real life, he never did.
Never did.
He did a good job, though.
We better get back to
That-
sports.
Yeah, all right. I didn't mean
But that's
to.
really,
You know,
no, when you,
But I
you
always
did it with
remember-
Juanita Sanchez,
Sanchez. Yeah, and that's I remember you always
my
saying that.
favorite team. Juanita Sanchez.
He always says it like that too. Whenever we're playing, wherever we were playing him growing up too. He's
Juanita
like, "Oh, you're
Sanchez.
playing Juanita Sanchez."
And then I always think of Bonnie when I
The Cavaliers.
Juanita. Game. We had games last night. We
Yep.
should talk about them before we get into the professional stuff later on. So last night's game.
Yes, we got the
Let's see. Westerly come out on top, 64-49 in that game. In the second half of the doubleheader, Charahoe got off to a bad start last night. Charahoe boys. And once that happens, especially when you mentioned it during the broadcast, and by the way, you did a good job last night.
Excellent.
Saving my voice
Thank
for
you.
tonight.
Appreciate that.
And such a good job
You're doing more.
that Charahoe couldn't recover from it. You know, sometimes when you get a young
Yeah.
team and you dig yourself a hole like 22-7 in the first quarter, it's very, very difficult to get out of that hole, and especially when the other team got a lot of talent on it too, and they do.
Yeah, South Kingstown's a really, really good Division II team. They're definitely going to be right there at the end this year. And to start the game, it was really led by Griffin Sword of the South Kingstown Rebels. He came out, scored 8 straight, including 2 threes, and then the Rebels ended up being up 13-0 at one point. And that's just, it's really hard to come back from. Missing their starting point guard as well for Charahoe, Brendan Gleason, Mike Gleason's son. He would have definitely helped them last night as far as being able to handle some of the ball pressure that South Kingstown did put on the Chargers early on in the game with their man-to-man defense. But the Chargers will figure it out. Coach Downey does a really good job, and it just takes, sometimes for those young guys to learn how to handle that initial punch from a team, and it'll be a good learning experience. But again, South Kingstown is a really good basketball team. They not only have that guy, Shalou is a really good player. He also played football as well. But guy who came in off the bench last night, which I believe he usually starts, was James Wilson, lefty player there. He is a really, really solid player. He didn't. Yeah, what he had 22.
22. He led in scoring. Sword had 20.
Yeah, he the lefty, but he loved to use his right hand. He had a great shot fake. He was getting the Charahoe defenders off their feet, even though he didn't really shoot a three. He was getting the Charahoe defenders in the air and had a real good control of the basketball game. And South Kingstown, like I was saying during the broadcast, just ran really good offensive sets too. They were setting good off-ball screens to where, the guys were curling to the basket. They were wide open. And the Chargers will work on that man-to-man defense moving forward, but great execution by South Kingstown last night.
And the Chargers will, knowing Corey, as we do through the years, he'll have those guys playing as the season goes on. They're going to get much more experience. And that kid Wilson you were talking about, it was pretty easy to spot him on the court. He was listed at 5'10", but if he got a haircut, he'd probably be about 5'5". But what a player!
What a player!
I think I remember him from last year too. I don't know what
I
year.
think that's Mike Wilson's son.
And that kid,
an athlete.
I think last year coming off the bench, he was pretty good for that team.
Yeah, they brought back a lot of their key players too from last year.
And actually, Shalou and Schwartz.
Even I think O'Hagan played on their team last year as well. 6'3" center there, which he did a really good job underneath the boards last night as well. And he did a really good job of getting up and down the floor for a big guy.
And they had a big crowd there last night, especially for the first game. It was pretty much full, I would think. Last night we talked to Steve White at in between games. That was a good interview, by the way, with Steve, and he made it up the 28 stairs to where we broadcast from, high above courtside, and did a good job, I thought. And so I think it requires him to come back maybe tonight and on Monday night. So it'll be Westerly going up against South Kingstown. That should be a good matchup, but that's going to be Monday night, not Sunday night. So there's no games tomorrow night, and you got the girls' final tonight, and you got the consolation game at 6:15 tonight also.
And I will say that Coach Brent Fazzaro will be on with us at 10 a.m., a little after 10 a.m. With Greg Morano.
Yeah, I was going to mention the fact that I did talk to him just before the game, and he told me he got practice this morning. I think he was telling me his practice schedule vary 8 to 10 and then 10 to 12. So we're going to work out some kind of a schedule.
Whichever one of you is going to get him, yeah.
Yeah, so Greg got him this week, and
I think you'll get him next week.
That'll be good. Be nice to have the coach every week and getting updates. And we have another coach here that we can get updates from Charahoe side of things. If we ever get Downey on, but I don't know. He's pretty tough to corral.
Yeah, he's a little tough to corral sometimes. Yeah. He's got a lot going on. He has 3 daughters. They're all playing sports, mainly soccer. But yeah, it would be great to have him on here one day.
I will get him once.
I like it. I like that it's the opposite for the schools because Mike Reyes doesn't like to do publicity. So we have the Charahoe girls represented and the Westerly boys, and we got to get somebody from Stonington. So I don't know. I haven't met their.
I will work on
their
that.
coaches yet.
Yeah, that's easy. We can handle that. All right, so that's the matchups in the tournament.
Now you went to another game this week.
I did
this past week. We had to see our friend Dean.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I worked that night. I was working. I just didn't go to the game. I worked with Greg, and it was nice working with Greg Morano on, I think it was Monday night.
It was Monday night, yeah.
And I got a good chance to see our good friend, yes. Dean fellow said he was all smiles when he saw me.
He always is.
Yeah,
he's always just got such a great attitude. I was so happy that I got to be coached by him a few years. He was our JV coach my first 2 seasons at Charahoe, and just always brings a lot of good energy. And he's doing a really good job at Prout. They should have a real chance to win Division 3 this year.
And they give the Bulldogs a little battle that night for a while. I mean, that game for the first half was pretty close, and I thought it could be an upset in the making here, but they got a little sloppy with the ball. I think in the third quarter, and Wesley pulled away from them a little bit, but it was an exciting game. You got a few good players on that team.
Yeah, Horn's impressive. That's who I was impressed by the most, Charlie Horn. He did a really good job. He's a tough physical guard, can really shoot it from 3, attacks the basket strong. And Freeman did a really good job as well. I believe he's like 6'4", 6'5". He runs the floor really well, can stretch the floor shooting the 3 as well. But yeah, it was just the turnovers in that third quarter that really led to Prout's demise. But great job by the Bulldogs responding.
Yeah.
That could be tough. Being down, I think it was 11.
Yeah, the second half, the Bulldogs turned it up a lot.
Yeah, they came out right away and went on a 9-0 run and, forced Coach Filicetti to call a timeout. So big credit to the Bulldogs, and then they continued their run and, controlled the game from there.
And it was a little bit different doing it on 321 Media with Greg, and we had some fun. It was a good broadcast, and looking forward to maybe a few more down the road somewhere.
He didn't do the stats like Lou. No,
Yeah.
Well,
there
we're
was
gonna have to hire Lou.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that
The death stare I just got.
Lou's like,
so
I've got enough.
Lou's like, I'm
jobs.
doing enough already.
So you get the tournament be all done on Monday, and then they get into the regular season,
Yes,
and then we'll have a lot of games.
there will be a lot of games.
And I know Ben will be really busy coming up in January.
Oh,
We're
that's
covering all the
that's fun.
schools.
That setup at Charahoe, by the way.
It was good.
That was perfect.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
good.
I was doing the clock over there, and it was, right behind me. That's a perfect setup over there.
I can't believe how good the internet happened to be. So
That's
the-
surprising.
I know.
Sometimes,
I know.
Sometimes it's shoddy over
Because
there,
we were
but-
literally for volleyball, we were right next to the door, and the internet was terrible.
Yep.
But I talked to Justin Cahoon, and we are behind the scorers table. We're right under the NFHS camera, and there is a box with the internet Ethernet wires. So if we need to, we should be able to plug in an Ethernet cord to the modem that we use. But the internet, knock on wood, hopefully this is real wood. Was the internet was great, and I wish that the camera angle was a little higher, but I'm not going to complain.
I had talked to your cameraman, and there is the judges stand
Yeah.
for volleyball. And I said maybe you should just suggest bring it over there, and you can get a little higher.
Yeah,
yeah,
he would love that. Andrew
Yeah,
was-
I watched some of that. That was pretty good, though. Where
Yeah.
it was, yeah. 'Cause I saw you. I
saw
said,
me
"Hey,
on the-
Dan, right behind right behind the-"
I haven't messed up yet. I've worked 2 games over there so far doing the clock. Haven't messed up yet, so hoping to continue that if I, do more games in the future.
No, my question is with the camera there.
Yeah.
See, this is all new to me too, believe it or not. But where do your announcers sit?
So that was completely up to them, and
In other words, they can sit anywhere in the
they
gym?
can sit up anywhere. Yeah.
So if Lou and I will go up there to do a game,
Yeah.
we could do the same spot.
Yeah, you could do the
that
same
we-
spot you were in.
We
Yeah,
were down by the trainer's room.
and you would have
Yeah, that's-
those walkie-talkie headsets so that you could communicate with the camera person. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
That's where Jacob and his dad was. They were sitting on top of the bleachers over there,
which
right
is
next to
where
the training
Andrew,
room.
which is where Andrew had set up for volleyball. Yeah, that's the training room now. That used to
Yes.
be the weight room when I was there.
Well, the weight room now is
The fitness center, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The fitness center did come into play my senior year. That was the first year of the fitness center. But
So that's where we'd be able to sit there if we went up, because we might do a game or two
Yeah.
somewhere along the line. It'd be nice.
Ken, you're always welcome.
And it's nice at Charahoe. I love to do games at Charahoe, especially for Westerly Charahoe matchup. It's so loud in there, isn't it, Lou? I mean, you could probably put 400 people in there, but
Why did they
it
not?
sounds like 4,000.
Remember when Carly built that thing for it up
I
on
know
the
it,
spit? How
and-
come they did away with that?
I don't know. He built a platform
Yeah,
and
he had
everything
a
for me.
platform and everything for us. He did.
Yeah.
wow.
It was not. It was a nice thing too. I mean, setup.
Speaking
Yes,
of,
he even had it carpeted.
I
for
know.
me.
we need to get there's no, because the for football, because it's pitched, the press box, there's no crow's nest like there is in Westerly and Stonington. So our camera for football is sort of just jammed in there.
Yeah, I've been trying to get a platform next to the press box.
Yeah.
Just for my camera person.
Make it double wide so that we can put ours up there
But
too.
it's almost like an act of
Yeah,
Congress.
come on, Bill.
But if
I've
you're
been
gonna
trying-
do it, why not just do it a little bit more?
Yes, no,
Yeah.
I agree. It
Use
just-
your power up there. Don't you have any?
I've talked to the powers to be. And
Who do we got to talk to, Bill? I got the biggest megaphone in town.
Yeah, that's right. Just,
Bobby Justin, no?
talk to the athletic director, and because that is very small press box, and when you have a timer, that's an official timer in there. And you have the PA announcer.
Yep.
There's not much more room.
There's no room.
Because usually my camera person is standing on the stairs.
Yeah.
No room there.
There's no room. There's no room.
And we've done football games from there, and it's right in the corner.
So the football, like soccer, was pretty easy because there was less people up there, so it was easier to film.
There's no announcer.
Football was
It's
almost impossible.
Yeah.
We did it a couple times, and then it was like, as it got later in the season, it was like we can't fit the camera anywhere.
We did it on
so-
the field. We were on the field.
Yeah, and the we don't need the announcers in the booth, but we just need the camera up high for football because football from a field level on camera is just
It's
awful.
horrible.
Yeah, it's
Try to break down film.
Yeah.
Field level.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's true.
All right, we're coming up on 9 o'clock. That means it's time for a break.
Absolutely. But before we go to the break,
Yes.
Ken, let's talk about some of your longtime sponsors that will be joining us with videos
All
in
right,
the coming
let's.
weeks.
Well,
I love that we just looked at each other like, who's talking? Who's talking? Pat's Auto Body. Not Pat's Auto Body. No. They are not an auto body.
Pat's
shop.
Auto.
Pat's Auto. You know what? That's not the worst Freudian slip that I've made of something like that. I once, in my first ever interview that I did with Charles Treffus from the Windjammer, I called Atlantic Beach Fun Park. I called it Atlantic Beach Parking Lot. And he was like, it's a little bit more than a parking lot. And I was like, ah. So anyway, Pat's
Pat.
Auto.
Pat's Auto, you know, I've been dealing with Pat in not only advertising on this program, but with my vehicles. I remember the Ford Thunderbird I had, and Pat loved that car. It was at Pat's more than it was with me. But I'll tell you one thing, they took care of that car. It was in the flood that year, and Pat restored it, got it back on the road. Does a great job, and can't say enough about Pat Doherty. Former coach at Westerly, and did a good job there, and been a sponsor of Sports Open Mic for quite a while, and proud to have Pat Doherty with us and to come here at 321 Media.
Absolutely.
And then we got the new guy, Dave, on the block. Dave from Hilltop.
Absolutely, yeah.
Looking forward to doing some more things with Dave. I know we do have scheduled, or we'll schedule it, the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Super Bowl Sunday.
Super Bowl Sunday. That'll be a lot of fun.
We just have to figure out a time with Dave, but we're going to do it live from Hilltop this year, and that should be fun. We got a special spot in the back there, so looking forward to that. And then we welcome Dave aboard. It's always nice to have new sponsors, and hopefully for years he will continue to do that. My good friend over at Wayland City, I went and saw him last week, and I had to browbeat him into the floor. You ever try to get $300 out of a salesman? I mean,
car sales.
oh my God Almighty! It was like I cut him up into pieces. I have to tell you the story. I know it's 9 o'clock, and it's break time anyhow. I go in there and I said, I want to see Mr. Marcione, Filippo. And he says, well, I think he's in a meeting. So he gets on the phone, he comes back, and he says to me, it's probably the standard answer you get. You know, he'd be in the meeting, but it's probably going to be a while. I said, I'll wait. So Hazel was with me, and we waited out in the car, and I finally see somebody waving, and I went in, and I said, he says, what's up, Ken? What do you need? I says, I don't need anything. I said, but I'm going to tell you something right now. You just be quiet. You're going to be the customer, and I'm going to be the salesman today. So I give him my sales speech and everything, and he says, points, and he says, I'll do this. No, I said, no, you're not going to do that. We have a special one for you. That's what you're going to do. So I told him, and he said, let me research that a little bit more. No research. I said, no research at all. We do it. So make a long story short, he says to me, well, just give me a couple of days, and I'll get back to you. But I'll probably do. Flipper, you don't seem to understand that I'm not going to leave this building without that money. It's simple, or or something. So, and I said, if you're going to insist that I do that, then when I come back, it's going to start from day one again, and the numbers are going to go up. So he gets a sheet that you give me, and he turns it over, and he gets a magic mark, and he's writing the contract out. And he signs it. And I said, you got to sign it. I said, I'll sign it. He says, you want a copy? I said, absolutely, I want a copy. So I made him go make a copy. And as I was leaving, I said, thank you very much, Mr. Marcioni. And he hollers to his general manager. He says, don't let this guy leave the building. He says, put him on the sales staff. I said, well, I guess I passed my test. He says, do you know how hard it is to get that much money out of me? I said, more to come.
And he got free oil change.
Yeah, of course he did.
So we got Wayland City, and who did it about? We got
and
Woodman
Toscanos
City,
and Toscanos.
and Paulie is Paulie. And
Yep,
told you about
absolutely.
all the specials next week, and we usually go there once a month, and we're glad to have everybody stick with us, and really
Yes,
appreciate it.
absolutely.
Without them, we can't do this, so that's good.
Yes. So
now
thank
it's
you
time
to
for a
thank you to all of them,
break.
and of course Woodman Sea Insurance, who we're going to hear from right now.
Trusted Choice agents are in every Rhode Island community. They are your neighbors and friends who deliver the right policy at the right price from America's top insurance companies.
At Woodman Sea Insurance, we have been serving our clients and our community for over 60 years. By combining the level of personal attention you desire with the expertise you deserve, we develop an insurance portfolio designed to meet the specific needs of your family or business. And when the people who protect us need protecting, they trust Woodman Sea Insurance. Come put the Woodman Sea Insurance team to work for you.
Do you want to get your business in front of over 100,000 viewers every month? Advertise with 321 and enjoy the best value in local advertising while supporting free community live streams. Your message will be seen across live high school sports, morning shows, and local events, connecting you directly with engaged audiences, boosting your visibility, growing your brand, and helping us keep these broadcasts accessible to everyone for free. Partner with 321 today and watch your business thrive.
Hi, I'm AJ Truck.
And I'm Jeff Swiderski with AnnieMac Home Mortgages Momentum Group, your trusted partner in the home buying process.
At AnnieMac, we can strengthen your offer with our innovative program, Cash to Keys, giving you a competitive edge by allowing you to make a cash offer on your new home.
Together, we've helped over 1,000 families move into their dream homes, and we'd love to do the same for you.
Give us a call today at 401-486-0853 to get started.
Hi, this is Dan from Lathrop Insurance. In this challenging insurance environment, Lathrop Insurance can be your beacon in the storm to help you find the coverage you need at the right price. Now, more than ever, you need a partner in the insurance industry that can work with multiple carriers to make sure you have the right coverage at the right price. Lathrop Insurance carries home, auto, and business insurance and can be reached at 401-596-2525. We've been supporting the local community since 1939, and we look forward to working with you.
Hot summers and cold winters can be unbearable, but DNV Mechanical has the solution for you. As a Mitsubishi Diamond dealer, we provide energy-efficient and personalized comfort solutions for your home. Our experienced technicians will install your new system quickly and efficiently, ensuring your complete satisfaction. Don't suffer through another season of discomfort. Contact DNV Mechanical today for a personalized ductless mini-split installation that fits your lifestyle. DNV Mechanical, your comfort is our top priority.
Hi, I'm Chris Kozłowski, owner of Broadview Florist and Garden Center in Duns Corners. For over 40 years, our family-owned business has been your go-to destination for beautiful, custom-made floral arrangements. Whether it's a special event or just to brighten up your day, we create highest quality designs tailored just for you. Trust Broadview Florists to make every moment unforgettable. Visit us today or give us a call at 401-322-0390.
Are you looking for a fresh cut in Westerly? Step into Rio's Barber Shop in Granite Plaza. Whether it's a classic trim or a trendy new look, we've got you covered. Experience the perfect cut for every age and style in a friendly and relaxed atmosphere. At Rio's, it's not just a haircut, it's an experience. Visit Rio's Barber Shop in the Granite Plaza in Westerly or give us a call to schedule your appointment at 401-315-2208. Your style, our craft, Rio's Barber Shop.
I am Jim Howe. My practice is focused on representing people injured in car accidents, representing people injured in premises liability, represent people in all walks of life. I say all the time that I represent the underdog, and by the underdog I mean the person who is injured and is facing lawyers that are hired by insurance companies. If you unfortunately find yourself injured in an automobile collision or in any other circumstance where insurance may come into play, think of giving me a call.
Experience local excellence with Roof Right Roofing in Charlestown, Rhode Island. With over 40 years of unmatched expertise, Roof Right specializes in architectural shingles and holds the prestigious title of GAF Master Elite Installers. Known for their commitment to the community and support for local initiatives, Roof Right is your trusted partner for all of your home's roofing needs. Call today for a free estimate at 401-212-4140.
Ever thought about leveling up your fitness game in a fun and meaningful way? Kiefer's Martial Arts on Granite Street has everything you're looking for. Kickboxing, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and of course, adult karate. It's not just about getting fit, it's about building your self-confidence, discipline, and that unstoppable feeling you get from all your hard work. Stop into Kiefer's Martial Arts today to sign up.
What's going on, everybody? It's Patrick down here at the Wireless Zone at Dunn's Corners at 224 Post Road, and everybody down here is getting the brand new iPhone 16. We have it here in stock. The best part is, right now, if you trade in your old phone, you get it for free. We got deals all weekend, awesome savings. Come on down and see us, 224 Post Road, Dunn's Corners, Verizon Wireless Zone. We'll see you soon.
Hi, I'm Neil Anthus, owner of Sound Financial Partners. We're a full-service financial planning practice dedicated to optimizing your investment, tax, and cash flow strategies. As fiduciaries, we always keep our advisory clients' best interests in mind when making recommendations. Whether you're preparing for retirement or growing your business, we're here to help you achieve your financial goals. Ready to start your journey to financial success? Visit us at our Westerly office or give us a call at 401-642-4333.
Welcome back to Sports Open Mic here on 321 Media.
You did it. I'm so proud of you, Ken.
Thank you very much, Ken. Okay. I'm Ken. That's Lou, Dan, and Sir William, and Ben Bob is with us this morning. We talked a lot about high school and scoring and commercials and all that good stuff.
Right.
And if you want to advertise here on 321, just give us a call, 321 Media. Give Ben a call, and we'll sign you right up. And if you want a personal visit from me, you probably won't want to. Just the easiest thing to do is just to sign up with Ben.
Yes.
So,
that's the most painless thing to do.
Yeah.
The most painful
Just
thing to
call
do is to
Ben.
wait until Ken shows up at your place of business.
Before we close up
Yeah, sure.
on high school stuff, I just want,
Oh,
I got
okay.
another
What do you want
question.
to get?
Remember we were
Oh,
talking
that's
about-
right. I forgot.
Why would a girls team be Division One and a boys team in the same school be Division Two? And what's the I don't know how do they decide that? Based on enrollment?
No. There is a formula that the Interscholastic League uses.
I used to have formula when I
Yes.
was young.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the formula, enrollment,
It's about the
winning-
same, too.
winning percentage, what you've done over the last 10 years. There's a whole spreadsheet that they do, and wherever you fall in ratings, because you can like in football, Shea and Tolman are Division II in football. Well, Shea and Tolman and baseball are Division III, and soccer they're Division I. So it doesn't make a difference what one team is in compared to the other teams. It's all on your past performance. So realistically, the good schools get moved up, or the good coaches get moved up because they run good programs. And if you're not winning, you could move down.
Yeah, but Bill, just because you have one good winning season, how does that rank for you to automatically jump up to one?
But
if you're going to go by 10 years,
one season won't move you. It's what the team has done over the last, and it's their formula. What if they've done over the last 10 years?
I like to see that formula as to what.
Well, they have it.
Well, for us in basketball, it goes on a 2-year realignment.
Everyone's 2 years.
So with us, we had 2 really successful past seasons, and
Correct.
We worked hard, and that's what you want to work for at the end of the day, right?
Right.
Try to move up and play in that Division I, and now we're in Division I. So after the next 2 years, they'll kind of look at everybody and move people up and down as they need to.
There are a lot of teams that are bubble teams that they'll play like Division II.
Yeah.
Have a good stretch of 2 or 3 years, move to Division I, and it's usually the public schools. Then they have that drop off, and come realignment, they're back to Division II, which I still feel that you're catering to the coaches that don't do their job. That I feel, and hurting the coaches that have a good program. Just take for Dan. Dan brought Charahoe up to one of the best teams in Division II over the last couple of years.
Right.
They move him up. Now he's going to fight because he lost 5 seniors, 5 starters.
Yep.
Now he's going to have to fight to be respectable in Division I. Is that fair to those girls that are coming up and playing? I don't think so. But the powers to be have this great formula they use, and that's the way they go. You can appeal it.
Yeah,
Sometimes the appeals work, sometimes they don't. But I still feel that they hurt the good coaches because what happens? You have a good program, they move you up. Even though you don't have the bodies to move up.
See, I can understand to a certain point that if they got to understand, and they should know this, that you graduate people. They don't play, they don't stay there. It's not the NBA.
Correct.
They're not free agents. So I can understand that. We'll use Dan as an example if you want to use Charahoe or what. It doesn't matter which team we use. But if you have 1 or 2 good seasons in a row, that doesn't mean now what it means is you're going to lose those players.
Yes.
And you better have 10 more coming up that's going to be just as good as the 10 you lost. How can that be possible?
But that's what the Interscholastic League.
Let me finish. I can understand if Charahoe and Dan's team is 19-0, 18-1, 17-2 for 10 years in a row. Oh man, well, they definitely got to go somewhere. Something's happened. They got a bigger player to choose from. What happened? But to have 1 or 2 good seasons and then all of a sudden say, "Well, you're going to be a Division I team now."
All right.
And I know you can come back. I understand all of that.
But that's where they say, that's why we do it over a 10-year period, not a 5-year period.
You're not telling me that that team, Charahoe, in 10 years warranted moving up to Division I. You're not going to tell me that.
Maybe but the way they do it, they take all 40, I don't know, in basketball, this is like 48 teams. They'll take all 48 teams and rank them 1 through 48 over the last 10 years. That team that was number 12 could drop all the way down to 20-something. 20-something team could move up to 18, 16. those 2 years probably pushed them up that high. But the powers that be say the 10-year, the way they do it is the best way. Do I agree with it? No, I don't. I think, personally, they should do it the way Connecticut or the way Massachusetts basically does it. You play regionals.
Well,
you play in a region.
You don't even have to use Connecticut and Massachusetts as an example. It used to be that way in Rhode Island. I can remember when you had
The
teams
Southern
like
Division.
South Kingstown, Narragansett, Exeter, Westerly, Charahoe, all in the same thing. You had a lot of rivalries built up.
Yeah.
Am I right or wrong?
Yep. No, I remember those.
What was wrong with that? They were all about the same size schools that we're talking about.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden somebody gets in there and says, well, we got to change that. Why?
Because the way they did it back when you were talking about, there was only one state champion. There was only one state champion. Now you have how many state champions? Basketball. It's 3, 4?
3, 4, including the overall state championship at the end.
All right. So, but why don't, my question is, why don't you just leave it alone? In other words, if those teams that I just mentioned are in that region of Division II, we'll say, you have a Division II champion. You have a Division I champion. What's wrong with that?
But they powers that be.
Well, never mind the
Powers
powers.
to be.
How
There we
many
go.
times have I heard
They
that?
wanted more.
Powers to be.
They wanted more championships.
How many more do you want? If you have Division 1, 2, 3, and 4, there's 4 division champions. How many do you want?
So out of 4, just say in football, out of 42 teams, you have 4 state champions.
Well, how many do you want?
Right now, there's 5.
Why do you want 5?
There's 5 right now because no one wants to play the elite schools.
Well, if they're the same size schools, then they got to play them.
That's why I say you go to regional, and then when it comes to playoff time, you go and you play where you belong, size-wise.
Right.
Take the old Southern Division. The old Southern Division was
Well, that's
Westerly,
basically what I'm saying.
but I'm just saying.
South Kingstown.
Yeah, but you had small schools, you had medium-sized schools, and you had large-sized schools.
That's correct.
North Kingstown, if they made it to their playoffs, would have been playing for a large championship.
But
Westerly would be playing for a small.
Well,
South
what-
Kingstown would play for a medium.
But what I'm saying is, when they had it that way, that was that way for years. You never had any of this moving around because
You
some
always
team-
had moving around.
huh?
You had moving around ever
Yeah, but
since
not,
I've been around.
Not like
Not
it-
when we were in
not-
school.
It was basically the same teams.
But back then, there was only 1 or 2 state champions, Suburban and Metropolitan, and that's it.
So,
They
Bill,
wanted more championship games.
do you understand what I'm saying?
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Stop. You have Division 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Back when they didn't have 4, did they?
They could make that now. They have how many divisions now?
They have 4, and they have 5 champions.
Okay, so just have the 4 champions play.
It won't happen.
All right.
You're trying to tell me it won't happen, but it
won't
can.
happen.
It can happen.
They will not do it.
Now you're just being stubborn.
No, I'm not being stubborn.
Well, they are.
The
then.
powers that be, this is the way they're going to do it.
I understand. You don't have to tell me that. I know that's how they do it because they got the power to be. But why? You said they needed more champions, state
They
champions.
want.
They could have done the same thing I just said, had divisions 1, 2, 3, and 4, and have 4 different champions. 4 division champions. They won their division that they played in all year long. But the biggest thing is they wanted to make it like the Final Four. That's the real thing. We got to put everybody in and play in the open tournament, which is nonsense.
Basketball is the only one with an open tournament,
Nonsense.
and I don't think they need it.
They don't.
They need more championships.
Personally, I don't think they need it.
Oh, why can't they do just what I just said then? Just play the 4 divisions and have 4 different champions.
For basketball, you're talking.
Yeah.
But they're doing it over all sports. All sports, which is wrong. 43 teams in football. Should there be that many champions? There should be 2 champions. Back when I was in high school, there was A and B.
Did that work?
Yes, it did.
No, why?
At that time.
Then why change it?
Because, again, no one wanted to play the elite teams.
Well, they played them. Obviously, if that's the way it was for years.
And there's other things, the other factors that I cannot go over right now that leads to why they don't want to do it.
That's how you get out of it every time I talk about
Well,
it.
he's got to be captain.
Yeah, I know. That's what he does. Yeah, I understand. So that goes nowhere. So you wanted to talk about this.
Well, I mean, but he, you know,
No, he wanted to know why a team has boys team playing Division
right,
One,
and the girls,
a
and
girls
the-
team
yeah.
playing Division Two in basketball, say, and lacrosse they're a Division Three, and baseball they're Division Two.
Yeah, and then you said it's due that 10-year overall.
It's because of their power system.
Yeah. All right, you answered my question, Bill. I mean, you know,
So
but
what
not that I
division-
agree with it.
What
but-
division are you in?
What, football?
What do you coach?
You just said division I'm in. I'm in Division Three.
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 For football.
And the girls basketball is Division 1.
Yep.
Boys basketball is Division 2.
Yep.
So we're all over the lot.
Yep.
And you guys think that's the way it should be? I'm not saying
we just do what we have to do.
No, just
where they
answer my
put us.
question. Do you think that's the way it should be?
No, I
right.
don't personally.
Okay.
But it's not up to me.
No, I know it's not.
I just
No
do
one said it was.
Right.
what they tell me. This is my schedule, and this is what they gave me, and I got to fill it. with
That's
the other
that's
games.
another thing that I don't agree with either. If you're going to move them up to Division 1, then play Division 1. If you're not, then you're not.
But some teams feel.
I
that-
agree with that.
Some teams feel that maybe they don't belong there, and they didn't appeal it, but now to
Yeah, but Bill, what good is it going to do to appeal it? You're not going to get anywhere there.
some schools
but,
have.
but I wouldn't appeal it either. If they think that I should be playing Division 1, then I'll go play there. But that just
absolutely
Play
and-
Division 1.
And here's the schedule.
But
It's
they
simple.
don't want to wreck their program, so now they schedule
I think
down.
I think the real reason is that the system is not working. That's the real reason, and they don't know how to get out of it. That's what I think. I don't
Could
think
be.
it's working.
Well, I guess I can kind of speak from my team's experience because, you know, we were a team that had success in Division 2 and just moved up to Division 1. As a coach, and I know you kind of pointed at this before, that maybe penalized other coaches that did a good job in the division they were originally coaching in. But I looked at it more as like a challenge, you know, like how can I run my program better to get us to that sustainable Division 1 level, right? Because as a coach, that's, you know, where you ultimately want to be, right? That's why you put in the long hours of traveling to watch games, watching film, making sure all your practice plans are ready to go. Scouting reports are good. And I just looked at it as a more of a challenge these next 2 years. And I think, you know, the only way you get better at the end of the day is playing against better competition. And as long as you continue to keep that message positive with your team, you're going to eventually build that long-term success. And it's a lot of what you do in the off season as well, you know, making sure you support the middle school girls basketball team. You go to, you know, different youth events in the community. And I know Westerly's done a really good job with that. Their girls program, their middle school girls basketball team is unbelievable. They just won the Christmas tournament over there. They went undefeated, and they're, you know, I see them being, you know, a long-term Division 1 team. Barrington, another one. They've, you know, built great success. North Kingstown, Ponegante. So as a coach personally, that's where I want to try to get the Charahoe girls basketball program. If it gets there, that's great. If not, and we end up moving back down Division 2, it is what it is. But I want to try to challenge them as much as possible because life's going to bring you a lot of challenges too, right? You might be faced with, some adversity. You might be stuck with something really hard, and it's about how you respond to it to try to, get yourself up to that level.
But
Now,
go
ahead.
But the whole problem.
Lou's got a question.
No, I was going to say, I agree with you, what you guys are saying, but your grandfather and I are trying to say, if you get moved up to Division I, play Division I teams. You got to play.
And that's how
Not
my
this thing where
schedule
you
is,
where you pick this and pick that and pick this. We're saying you're in Division I, you play Division
But that's
I.
what I'm saying. That's how I looked at it. So that's why
Oh.
most of our schedule is Division I.
Yeah.
opponents.
Yeah.
But the big problem comes when you have to play with the kids that you have, but you play against other teams that they get to go out and get someone from here, there, and everywhere. And can you compete against that program year in and year out? There lies the problem. You have to play with what's given to you. You can't go out and get kids from all over the state. And that's, to me, that's the big problem.
See, that's I understand what Dan's saying, that you want to make that program a Division I program if you can.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So, but he's got everything going against him.
Yes.
The size of the school.
You can't recruit. You can't get people from other
exactly
like a private school.
Right. You got the private schools in there
that can do that.
Recruit. He can't do that. So I mean, is it
private schools don't recruit?
But is it?
Well, whatever.
But is it fair to put him in that situation to try to do that? Why can't he just be concentrating on his own division? Then if he wants to dominate it for 10 years, that's different. I mean, if you go 12-0, 13-1, 14-2, so sooner or later you might want to get moved somewhere. But I just think they move teams too quickly to try to get to that point. That's the point I'm trying to make. And I know you had two good seasons. The first season, you were building then to get these girls to where they are and where they were. And they did a great job, and you did a great job. But now they're gone. And you don't have a place to go to replace those girls. You got to you got
Just
to
from
use
what you have.
you have.
Yep.
At one time, realignment wasn't every 2 years.
And now those same girls that you have this year, let's say you're in Division II. They'd probably be pretty competitive in maybe all your games. They don't get that opportunity. Now,
I agree. Absolutely.
And not only is it fair to the players that are putting that hard work in every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we try to get to Division I, but we didn't. So is it fair to those girls that they don't have a chance to do what your other girls did last year? That's all I'm trying to point out, is you're penalizing a lot of the players.
And I agree with you.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
But there's nothing that we could do or say that is going to change the way it's.
The only thing we can do and change right now is to take a break because it's 9:30, I think.
It isn't. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's a little after.
All right. We'll be back.
Trusted Choice agents are in every Rhode Island community. They are your neighbors and friends who deliver the right policy at the right price from America's top insurance companies.
At Woodmansee Insurance, we have been serving our clients and our community for over 60 years. By combining the level of personal attention you desire with the expertise you deserve, we develop an insurance portfolio designed to meet the specific needs of your family or business. And when the people who protect us need protecting, they trust Woodmansee Insurance. Come put the Woodmansee Insurance team to work for you.
Do you
want to get your business in front of over 100,000 viewers every month? Advertise with 321 and enjoy the best value in local advertising while supporting free community live streams. Your message will be seen across live high school sports, morning shows, and local events, connecting you directly with engaged audiences, boosting your visibility, growing your brand, and helping us keep these broadcasts accessible to everyone for free. Partner with 321 today and watch your business thrive.
Hi, I'm AJ Trust.
And I'm Jeff Swiderski with AnnieMac Home Mortgage's Momentum Group, your trusted partner in the home buying process.
At AnnieMac, we can strengthen your offer with our innovative program, Cash to Keys, giving you a competitive edge by allowing you to make a cash offer on your new home.
Together, we've helped over 1,000 families move into their dream homes, and we'd love to do the same for you.
Give us a call today at 401-486-0853 to get started.
Hi, this is Dan from Lathrop Insurance. In this challenging insurance environment, Lathrop Insurance can be your beacon in the storm to help you find the coverage you need at the right price. Now, more than ever, you need a partner in the insurance industry that can work with multiple carriers to make sure you have the right coverage at the right price. Lathrop Insurance carries home, auto, and business insurance and can be reached at 401-596-2525. We've been supporting the local community since 1939, and we look forward to working with you.
Hot summers and cold winters can be unbearable, but D&V Mechanical has the solution for you. As a Mitsubishi Diamond dealer, we provide energy-efficient and personalized comfort solutions for your home. Our experienced technicians will install your new system quickly and efficiently, ensuring your complete satisfaction. Don't suffer through another season of discomfort. Contact D&V Mechanical today for a personalized ductless mini-split installation that fits your lifestyle. D&V Mechanical, your comfort is our top priority.
Hi, I'm Chris Kozłowski, owner of Broadview Florist and Garden Center in Duns Corners. For over 40 years, our family-owned business has been your go-to destination for beautiful, custom-made floral arrangements. Whether it's a special event or just to brighten up your day, we create highest quality designs tailored just for you. Trust Broadview Florists to make every moment unforgettable. Visit us today or give us a call at 401-322-0390.
Are you looking for a fresh cut in Westerly? Step into Rio's Barber Shop in Granite Plaza. Whether it's a classic trim or a trendy new look, we've got you covered. Experience the perfect cut for every age and style in a friendly and relaxed atmosphere. At Rio's, it's not just a haircut, it's an experience. Visit Rio's Barber Shop in the Granite Plaza in Westerly or give us a call to schedule your appointment at 401-315-2208. Your style, our craft, Rio's Barber Shop.
I am Jim Howe. My practice is focused on representing people injured in car accidents, representing people injured in premises liability, represent people in all walks of life. I say all the time that I represent the underdog, and by the underdog I mean the person who is injured and is facing lawyers that are hired by insurance companies. If you unfortunately find yourself injured in an automobile collision or in any other circumstance where insurance may come into play, think of giving me a call.
Experience local excellence with Roofright Roofing in Charlestown, Rhode Island. With over 40 years of unmatched expertise, Roofright specializes in architectural shingles and holds the prestigious title of GAF Master Elite Installers. Known for their commitment to the community and support for local initiatives, Roofright is your trusted partner for all of your home's roofing needs. Call today for a free estimate at 401-212-4140.
Ever thought about leveling up your fitness game in a fun and meaningful way? Kiefer's Martial Arts on Granite Street has everything you're looking for. Kickboxing, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and of course, adult karate. It's not just about getting fit, it's about building your self-confidence, discipline, and that unstoppable feeling you get from all your hard work. Stop into Kiefer's Martial Arts today to sign up.
What's going on, everybody? It's Patrick down here at the Wireless Zone at Duns Corners at 224 Post Road, and everybody down here is getting the brand new iPhone 16. We have it here in stock. The best part is right now, if you trade in your old phone, you get it for free. We got deals all weekend, awesome savings. Come on down and see us, 224 Post Road, Dunn's Corners, Verizon Wireless, and we'll see you soon.
Hi, I'm Neil Anthus, owner of Sound Financial Partners. We're a full-service financial planning practice dedicated to optimizing your investment, tax, and cash flow strategies. As fiduciaries, we always keep our advisory clients' best interests in mind when making recommendations. Whether you're preparing for retirement or growing your business, we're here to help you achieve your financial goals. Ready to start your journey to financial success? Visit us at our Wesley office or give us a call at 401-642-4333.
Welcome back to Sports Open Mic. We're in the home stretch this morning and talk a lot about high school stuff. And of course, we got the tournament games, the Wesley Community Credit Union Holiday Basketball Tournament finishing up with the girls' final tonight at 8 o'clock. There's a consolation game right before it. And the boys will be center stage on Monday night. No Sunday night basketball. It'll be Monday night at 8 o'clock. And it'll be a pretty good matchup. Make sure you get up there and check it out. But NFL football. We got a couple of games today.
Yeah,
Patriots play today.
Chargers and Patriots at 1 o'clock.
Oh, my time.
Your time. Perfect time.
Oh, yeah.
I got
that. And then the Broncos and Bengals. That's a big game. That's going to be on at 4:30. And then the Cardinals and the Rams, an in-division matchup in the NFC West. That'll be on at 8 o'clock.
All three playoff implications.
Yep.
Yeah, the Patriots got a shot for what?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
We won't be able to watch that 8 o'clock game.
No.
Can't watch the 4:30.
You'll be watching a different game.
Yep.
Got to take a nap first, right, Lou?
No.
No way.
Not you, Lou.
No, I'll be all set.
You all set.
Then when we get home, we zonk right out.
I heard you were in the parking lot. You were already seeing.
No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't.
So what do you think in National Football League coming down to the wire now?
Bengals still got a shot at the playoffs. They
Who
need
do
a
you
lot. They
guys
need a
think?
lot to happen. I know, but if they can beat the Broncos, then they win their Week 18 game. They need, I think the Chargers to lose. They need the Broncos to maybe lose another game. It's possible. A lot could still happen.
I'll tell you that in that NFC, there's a bunch of teams right up there near the top, right? You got Minnesota, you got
Detroit.
Detroit.
Detroit,
They're both in the same division,
You
too.
got the Giants.
See what I mean? You see what I mean?
Oh, wait. I didn't mean the Giants.
Bill, they're going to lose that. They're going to get the number one pick.
And what else are they going to do?
Maybe they're going to get rid of the coach and general manager, too.
You think Maris had it? He's fed up.
Wonder who they'd give for a coach, though.
Bill Belichick.
No, they won't. They won't
Belichick's
get
all
him.
set. You got his son with him now.
He's got him now. He's.
Wait a minute.
I thought the son was with the Patriots.
Oh,
He has two sons that coach. by the
Oh,
way.
one of them.
But his contract has an out. That
In June.
He
Isn't
would
it
never
something?
go to the Giants.
Not June. Yeah, he won't go to the Giants.
Forget that.
No.
Won his first ring.
You got a better shot of getting the Giants job.
Yeah, why don't you put in for it, Bill?
And you better.
Well, then have you cursed me?
Let me tell you something. If he ended up being the Giants coach, that forced me from going to another team.
How's that feel?
All I know is the story is there was when Parcells was coaching with the Giants, he added this guy on his staff. His name was Weiss. He was a high school football coach. They came into the coaches meeting, and Parcells is asking for a couple of people's views, and Weiss starts chirping, and all of a sudden Parcells goes, by the way, who are you? You're a high school football coach. And you're going to tell me what to do. I think that would be the same thing if I ever went to the NFL.
That's what I say.
Was it Charlie Weiss?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so he did fine.
After.
He did fine.
It's just Bill being Bill.
But who do you
Parcells.
think the odds-on favorites are in each conference?
To win?
It's a good
To
question.
win it?
No,
you-
finish last.
You got to say Kansas City.
Of course.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I think the Bills have a good shot of beating them. In the NFC, I think the Eagles Lions game is going to be a great game.
About
for
the
a
Lions,
The Eagles Lions is
Yeah.
going to be a great championship game for the NFC.
Take
And
the Lions.
It's been unbelievable what the Lions have been able to do, despite having pretty much their whole starting defense hurt,
Yeah.
especially Hutchinson hurt. I think they only have 2 of their original starters still starting on the team. So it's been incredible what Dan Campbell and the rest of that staff has been able to do. Watch out for Minnesota, though. I think a lot of people are kind of sleeping on Minnesota a little bit and not taking them serious.
And-
but I think come playoff time, they're going to be a really tough out.
and Minnesota's defense is the thing that's carrying them.
What about your
Yeah.
team?
They're on a skid.
What happened?
The quarterback is not protecting the ball enough. The last 2 games, big point in the game, and he's coughed it up. Fumbles. One time he fumbled on the 3-yard line.
Yeah,
The other time he fumbled just trying to gain his balance, and he gave the ball in good field position for Kansas City, and Kansas City took advantage of it. And some of their defensive injuries have been really hurting them.
They've had a tough stretch though the past 3
Yeah,
games.
but-
3 games, 11 days. They had to play the Eagles, Ravens, and the Chiefs. So maybe it makes this team stronger.
Yeah, but you look at the teams you just talked about. They've also had the 3-game stretch. The Ravens played the same 3.
Ravens look tough right now.
Kansas City had the same stretch. They played 3 in 11 days. It's
Yeah, but their opponents are different, though. Right? I mean,
yeah, but they're still doing it.
Oh, I know, but it depends on who you're playing in those amount of days.
Yeah, it's just that Pittsburgh is not. They haven't been ball control enough.
No, definitely.
They're a team that has to have ball control, and the last 3 weeks.
Well, they need a
3 major
quarterback that don't
fumbles.
fumble.
Well, the first game during this losing streak, Najee Harris had the big fumble on a sweep that was wide open. He just looked for the hole before he caught the ball, and that was a big fumble too. So, it's if they can't control their turnovers, they're going to be in trouble.
Definitely.
You ready for baseball?
What else was I gonna? Wait a minute. What else was I gonna say? Oh no, we were talking about football, Bill.
Okay.
There was some sadness too in the football part of it. How about commentator?
Yeah.
They just passed away yesterday.
Gumbel.
Greg Gumbel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old was he?
78.
Oh.
I didn't realize he was. I thought he was a little younger than that. but
There's been a lot of sadness in the sports world because you had Ricky Henderson.
Henderson too.
He was only 65.
5, I know.
And a local sports hero around with us, Ronnie Locke.
Yeah, I played ball against Ronnie Locke. I played with him.
Yeah,
Good left-handed pitcher.
I played softball with Ronnie. Great guy. I made it all the way to the major leagues with the Mets. Pitched with Tom Seaver.
Wow.
Who was the manager?
Gil Hodges.
Yeah.
Casey
Stengel.
Casey Stengel.
Ronnie, pitched with all these great guys, and he would tell a couple stories about them, and he would go up to some of the old timers games, and Ronnie was a great guy. I liked playing softball with him. He was playing softball up till maybe like 2 years ago.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I remember
Wow.
Ronnie. One of Ronnie's daughters was playing in a tournament in Tifton, Georgia, way back when. And we went down there, and actually we broadcast some games from Tifton, Georgia. I'll never forget Tifton, Georgia, out in the middle of nowhere. And Ronnie was there with his daughter, and I said, Ronnie, I got the perfect situation for you. I said, you're going to be my color guy on the broadcast. So Ronnie worked with me We did 3 or 4 games from down there in
Down there,
Tifton.
yeah.
So Ronnie's a nice guy and a great, good pitcher. Really was.
Yeah, with us, he played the outfield.
Yeah.
And he wound up playing for a super senior softball.
Yeah, he
team
played to
that went all over the country to play out of Florida. Great guy.
Yeah, he played in just like Ralph Woodmansey. They had the team, 80 years old?
Yeah, 80 and over.
Oh my goodness gracious! Imagine.
How about
Yeah.
How about now? Do you want to talk baseball?
Yeah,
or
we
no?
got a few minutes left. I think I don't have my time.
Oh, hold on, Ken. I'll get that ready for you.
No,
Nine-
we had 10 minutes. All
Yeah,
right.
10 minutes we got.
So the Red Sox lost out on guys that you said that they were going to sign, because you said they were going to sign Burns. They didn't get him. You said they were going to sign Hernandez. They didn't get him.
Now you mentioned Burns earlier, didn't you?
Yes.
They'll get Bregman. Don't worry. They
No.
got to get somebody.
Well,
I want Tanner Scott.
Get back to the Burns thing because Burns is gone. Right?
Burns is gone.
But you said there's still a chance that they could get the Burns from White Rock.
Yeah.
Okay. So they still could get a Burns.
Hey, whatever.
All right, go ahead. Who
But
else?
you said they want to
What
get the Yankees want to get Tanner Scott
Now,
too.
I was watching. I told Lou last night, but I have no reports anywhere that this has happened. I don't know where this guy got his information. Bregman, the third baseman for Houston, is a horse owner. He owns a lot of racehorses, big time.
I wonder where you got this
He
tip from.
he doesn't own $1,500 claiming horses either. Well, he had a horse running yesterday in a big race, and he won the race. And after the race was over, the guy that works for FanDuel, whatever it is, racing, says, "Wow, what a day for Bregman! He gets a winner on a $300,000 race, and he also gets a contract with the Red Sox." But I have no.
Maybe they're keeping it quiet, and that guy slipped
Maybe.
because I haven't heard nothing.
But
But
you got to
but
realize.
now, if that comes out, remember where you heard it first.
Don't worry, Bill. There's a lot of dust falling on him. He'll be there. Don't worry.
I'm talking about Kenny's contacts in the racing world,
What?
because I've known some of them.
This was a guy that was broadcasting.
He saw it on TV.
Oh, all right.
It was on
It
TV.
wasn't your tipsters.
No, this is a guy that
What a guy! You're something else, Bill.
he was actually a commentator, saying who they think's going to win. And after the race was over, he said, "What a day for Bregman! Wins a
I
$300,000
hope
race."
it happens.
And he said he's got a contract with the Red Sox.
Hope it happens.
That was it.
Yeah, I know you do, Bill. So what?
Your boy,
Well,
your other boy's going too.
Houston, he's definitely done in Houston.
Yeah, they signed the first baseman.
Yankees backed off on him,
Yeah.
so
signed
they're
the
not
first
going to get him.
baseman, And they traded for a third baseman.
But my buddy Glaber went to Detroit. He's not bad, Yankees might
Well,
regret that.
And don't forget with the Bregman thing, it's talk that they want
Devers to go to first,
Devers to be a designated hitter.
like Big Poppy.
You
And-
think Devers is going to play first?
No, I
be a-
think he's
yeah,
going to
be a
be a
DH.
designated hitter, and Bregman would fit right in at third
Third
base.
base.
Well, they're still looking to trade Cassis.
No, they said they're going to keep him.
There's still a couple of teams that need a first
There we go.
baseman.
Yeah, the Yankees are one of them. They won't trade him to the Yankees. Yankees, because they'd want an arm and a leg for him anyway. The Red Sox. Don't tell me.
Well, I'm telling you.
Well, I'm just saying the Yankees wouldn't trade with him anyway.
But is he that? We don't know how good he really is
No, but
because he's very.
He likes to talk a
inconsistent.
lot.
He's had a few injuries here and there too.
the big thing is what the Red Sox are trying to do is get rid of their DH with him, trying to get someone to take his contract. So they could move Devers to first and they use the DH spot as a rotating outfielder because they still have too many guys in the outfield.
Well, the word I heard was they want to make him a DH, Devers. So,
Yeah, I've heard that too.
yeah. We'll see what happens.
Surprised you haven't heard that, Bill.
I've heard it, but I think he would be all right. See, I think he's a guy that wants to play the field. I don't think he's a great third baseman, but he may be.
He's a guy that likes to hit.
That too.
So
Yeah.
I think he would accept that. I mean, he might have to play once in a while, but he can.
And then he can, by DH, and he can give his shoulder a rest.
That's right. His
Because that
shoulder,
third, yeah.
yeah,
Like if he,
all his
he goes
injuries
down
he
to
get-
get a thing,
Oh,
he might
oh.
throw his shoulder out.
You know that the Bregman horse. One of his it says
Here
he
we
teamed
go.
up with Bueller.
Yeah.
Bueller.
Yeah, he's got a lot on his own too. It's a Bregman family thing, and yeah, he
Weiss
teamed up-
Bueller. Bueller's another horse guy too.
Yeah, he's with partners.
Man, they're going into all the gambling stuff. Isn't that something?
Hey, those guys are going
You
after
guys,
those. They got a lot of money.
You guys will be beaming from ear to ear because you got all those horse people up there.
Do you think they're going to tell us? Oh goodness.
And Bill, what about Tanner Scott? Is he a free agent or is it a trade?
He's a free agent
Well, so how come no one's picked him up yet?
because what he wants for a contract.
Yeah.
That-
Who's his
Boris?
agent? Is it Boris?
I think so.
Oh yeah. What
who
else
does
is
not
no-
he have?
Who doesn't he
Yeah,
have,
who
Bill?
does- That's what I was trying to say.
He doesn't have Lou Papadilla. I know that.
He's a wise guy, Ken.
So nothing on Bregman, the human.
No, there's only speculation that it's down to a couple of teams.
Yeah, and
That
who's the
Houston-
teams?
That Houston is definitely out. But the word is the Yankees are still involved.
They're not involved. They said they backed off.
They'll be involved.
How do you know,
Just
Bill?
to push the price up, they're going to be involved.
Push the price up on who?
Bregman.
Why would they do?
Why would
for the
they
Red
do-
Sox?
Yes.
Make the Red Sox spend more money?
Yes.
They got it. They'll pay it.
I wonder where Bregman really wants to go.
That's what
Probably
I'm curious
Boston.
about, too.
Probably Boston.
He has two guys, well, because Detroit's still looking at him. He played for both managers,
Wait.
with the Red Sox manager
Oh.
and the Detroit manager.
I think it's a two-pot purchase. Him and Bueller are buddies with horses. Bueller went. Now the next thing is he's gonna go.
Reunite with Cora.
Now I'm starting to get. Now I'm definite.
Oh man, all them banging this.
That's
kid back.
that's
Coming back to
definite.
Boston.
That's definite. Definite. Bueller and him. That's definite. Maybe that's what that guy said it for too.
Maybe.
You don't know.
I know. I heard him say it yesterday.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, we got basketball tonight. You got the championship game. Dan, you got your girls ready to go against Stonington tonight, 8:00.
Yes, 8:00 tonight. Hope as many people can come out as possible. It should be a good matchup, and we're excited for the challenge. You know, we got to play in this game last year, and we were fortunate enough to win it. It's always great to be able to play in a championship game. No one likes to play in a consolation
Right.
game, right? And I love this particular tournament and all the holiday tournaments across the state because for those teams who get to play in the championship, it's almost like a playoff feel earlier on in the year, right? There's a little bit of pressure on the game. You know, both teams want to win, and usually it does end up being a close game as well. So both teams will gain a lot out of this tonight, and we hope to be the first team to go back to back on the girls' side in the Westerly Community Credit Union Holiday Basketball Tournament.
Well,
But
good luck.
Like I said, it'll be a tough challenge though. Coach Solar I know does a good job, so she'll be ready to go.
Well, good luck tonight.
And the
Lou
young
and I
kids
will be
play
there.
early.
Yes, yep. Our JV team plays at 4:00. They will take on the Westerly girls JV team. So another good challenge for us, but
Long
two
day-
championships.
Long day for you.
Long day for me.
And
Yeah.
and then on Monday night we got the boys final.
Yep.
That should be a good one.
Should be a great
South
matchup.
Kingstown going up against somebody.
Yeah, I'm really looking
Westerly.
forward to watching that game.
And we got Greg coming up next. Greg, come over here.
Yeah, let's go, Greg.
How's it going, everybody?
What are you?
Pretty good.
You're coming up next. You ready? Warming up in the bullpen. Who you got? You got the coach?
Got the coach. Got Coach Cesaro coming on. Sweet. I talked to Randy Johnson, wrestling. He runs the middle school wrestling, and then publicly he called in. He might either call in or we're gonna have a few wrestling guests coming up next week. So we got a little lineup going.
All right, that's coming up in a matter of moments.
I listened to you yesterday. I couldn't get up to the game, but great, awesome call, great games, and I look forward to today.
Thank you, sir.
Awesome.
All right, that'll do it for Sports Open Mic on this Saturday. Get out to watch the games up there at Federico Gymnasium. For Dan and Lou and Bill, Ben, I'm Ken. Thanks for listening.
Trusted Choice agents are in every Rhode Island community. They are your neighbors and friends who deliver the right policy at the right price from America's top insurance companies.
At Woodmansee Insurance, we have been serving our clients and our community for over 60 years. By combining the level of personal attention you desire with the expertise you deserve, we develop an insurance portfolio designed to meet the specific needs of your family or business. And when the people who protect us need protecting, they trust Woodmansee Insurance. Come put the Woodmansee Insurance team to work for you.